Today, we're diving into an essential yet often overlooked part of a tennis player's training: forearm strength. If you've ever felt your grip slipping during a match or struggled to maintain control over your racket, this one's for you. We'll be breaking down the exact forearm exercises that top pros use to boost their grip strength, improve racket control, and handle the intense forces of the game. Strong forearms don't just mean better performance, they're a key factor in staying injury-free. Tennis elbow and wrist injuries are no joke, and they can set you back for weeks or even months. Now, let's be real. If your forearms are getting fatigued too early, it could mean your muscles aren't conditioned for the grind. The result? Pain, inflammation, and that dreaded loss of power and control. So, if you want to keep your game sharp and your shots popping, forearm strength is non-negotiable. Stick around to see how the best of the best build up this critical area and learn what you should be doing on a weekly basis to keep your arms in top shape. Let's get into it. Hold up. Before we jump into today's video, I've got something you can't afford to miss: the Sport Wall Bungee Resistance Band. This isn't just any training tool. It's the ultimate home workout essential for athletes looking to boost their game. With its compact design and top-notch quality, it's perfect for crushing any workout, from building strength to enhancing your tennis performance. Ready to elevate your training? Use the exclusive coupon Coach Oscar at checkout for a special discount and free shipping. Click the link in the description, and let's get on the video. Carlitos holds his racket firmly, almost as if he is about to launch into a powerful swing. But then, instead of swinging freely, his coach steps in. The coach grips the tip of the racket and starts pulling it back, while also using his other hand to push forward on the player's shoulder. What's happening here is much more than it seems. This exercise is all about building functional strength and stability in the arm and shoulder. Let's break it down a bit further. First off, let's talk about the grip. In tennis, grip strength isn't just about squeezing the racket, it's about having a strong, stable base to generate power from. When a coach pulls the racket backward, it forces the player to engage their forearm muscles, finger flexors, and even their wrists to maintain that grip. Think of it as a resistance exercise specifically targeting those smaller, often neglected muscles. Over time, this builds a stronger, more fatigue-resistant grip, which is crucial during those long, grueling matches when every bit of strength counts. The coach's push on the shoulder serves a dual purpose. First, it challenges the player to keep their upper body stable, which is vital for effective shot production. A strong, stable shoulder means you can hit with more power and control. Second, it helps strengthen the shoulder joint, especially the rotator cuff muscles that are crucial for injury prevention. In tennis, shoulder injuries are incredibly common due to the repetitive nature of serving and hitting overheads. By doing this exercise, the player is training their shoulder muscles to stay strong and stable under duress, which can reduce the risk of injuries. Now you might wonder, what about the rest of the body? As the coach pulls and pushes, the player isn't just standing still. They're having to engage their entire core to resist the forces being applied. This is where balance and stability come into play. Tennis is not just an arm sport, it's a full-body activity. Your core acts as a bridge, transferring power from your legs to your upper body and, ultimately, to your racket. So, by resisting the coach's movements, the player is training to maintain a solid, balanced position, something that directly translates to better shot production on the court. When you see a player doing rotational shoulder exercises, they're working on the small, stabilizing muscles around the shoulder joint, particularly the rotator cuff. This group of muscles is responsible for keeping the shoulder stable and in proper alignment during those explosive swings, whether it's a serve or a ground stroke. Why is this so important? In tennis, your shoulder endures a ton of stress with every shot. Over time, if the rotator cuff isn't strong enough to handle this repetitive load, you can end up with overuse injuries like tendinitis or even more serious tears. Rotational exercises like external and internal rotations with a resistance band help prevent these injuries by reinforcing the joint's stability and strength. Plus, these exercises increase your shoulder's range of motion, giving you a smoother, more powerful swing. So don't skip these. They might not look like much, but they're the secret weapon behind those blazing serves and rock-solid overheads you see from the pros. Stay strong, stay healthy, and keep training smart. The landmine press involves a barbell anchored to the ground at one end, while the player grips the other end and performs a pressing motion at an angle. This exercise primarily targets the deltoid muscles of the shoulder, specifically the anterior, front, and medial side deltoids. These muscles are crucial for shoulder stabilization and ensuring you have a full, healthy range of motion in the joint. But it's not just about injury prevention. Strong deltoids also contribute directly to more powerful shots and better control over the racket. In tennis, you're constantly using your arms and shoulders to generate force, whether it's for a serve, a ground stroke, or a volley. The deltoid muscles play a big role here, helping create power and control for pushing and pulling movements. Think about how often you extend your arm fully, whether reaching for a high shot or pushing through on a forehand. Those motions place a ton of demand on the shoulder, so building strong, stable deltoids is key. The landmine press stands out because it offers a safer, more joint-friendly way to build shoulder strength compared to traditional overhead presses. The angled position of the bar allows for a more natural path of movement, reducing stress on the shoulder joint and rotator cuff. This is crucial for tennis players who are prone to shoulder injuries like tendinitis or impingements from repetitive overhead shots. Isolates the deltoids for shoulder strength and stability. The landmine press focuses on the deltoids, which stabilize the shoulder joint and help with overhead and pushing movements. When you have strong deltoids, your shoulder joint remains stable even during explosive actions like serving or hitting an overhead smash. This means you're not only hitting with more power, but also reducing your risk of injuries from those high-intensity movements. Improves range of motion. A big part of generating power and control in tennis comes from having a full range of motion in the shoulder. The landmine press encourages that range of motion without putting your shoulders in a vulnerable position. The movement path of the barbell is more forgiving, allowing you to strengthen the muscles without excessive strain. Pro players use dumbbell curls to build a strong foundation in these muscles, ensuring they have the grip strength, stability, and control needed to generate power and precision in every shot. The brachialis sits underneath your biceps and is one of the most powerful muscles for flexing your elbow. It's like the hidden workhorse of your arm, responsible for helping bend your elbow and giving that extra pop when you need it. Strengthening the brachialis is key for maintaining stability and control in your strokes, especially when you're hitting with power or slicing the ball. On the other hand, the biceps brachii is the muscle you see flexing when you think of arm strength. It's a two-headed muscle that connects your shoulder to your forearm. Besides bending your elbow, it's responsible for rotating your forearm. Think of the way your palm turns when you switch from a forehand to a backhand grip. Resistance bands are unique in that they offer something called variable resistance. This means the more you stretch the band, the greater the resistance becomes. In contrast to free weights, which maintain a constant load throughout a movement, resistance bands force your muscles to work hardest at their most extended point. This helps create what's known as a strength curve, where the muscle is receiving more resistance at its strongest point, leading to more effective strength adaptations and muscle growth. For tennis players, this is huge. Think about the way your arm moves during a serve or a ground stroke. The range of motion isn't always a straight line, and the force you generate increases as you reach the peak of your swing. Resistance bands can help train your muscles to be strong and stable throughout these ranges of motion, mimicking the way your body naturally moves on the court. Shoulder stability is paramount in tennis. You're repeatedly swinging your arm overhead for serves and hitting powerful forehand and backhand shots, all of which place immense strain on your shoulder joint. Resistance bands are excellent for targeting the small, stabilizing muscles around the shoulder, such as the rotator cuff muscles. These small muscles play a crucial role in maintaining the health and stability of your shoulder joint. Pro players often use exercises like external and internal rotations with bands to strengthen these stabilizing muscles, making their shoulders more resilient against injuries like impingements, tendinitis, or rotator cuff tears. If these small muscles aren't adequately strengthened, larger muscle groups like the deltoids and pecs will overcompensate, leading to imbalances and a higher risk of injury. Resistance bands also help train the rear shoulders and upper back muscles, which are often neglected in traditional training programs. These muscles are crucial for maintaining good posture and preventing the rounded shoulder look that not only limits your range of motion, but also impacts your stroke mechanics. Strengthening these areas helps you maintain an upright position, giving you more power and control during those overhead serves and smashes. Unlike free weights, resistance bands don't require you to use your entire range of motion. This is a huge advantage when you're looking to isolate certain muscle groups or protect joints that might be sensitive or prone to injury. For tennis players who are constantly dealing with repetitive stress injuries, resistance bands provide a controlled way to strengthen muscles without overloading the joints. For example, if you're recovering from a shoulder issue or want to isolate the muscles involved in forearm rotation, resistance bands allow you to focus on the portion of the movement where you want to apply the most tension. This helps you strengthen specific muscles without putting unnecessary stress on the joints, making it an effective and safe training option. One of the fundamental principles of strength training is progressive overload, which means gradually increasing the resistance or difficulty of your exercises as your muscles adapt and grow stronger. Resistance bands make it easy to implement progressive overload because you can adjust the level of resistance simply by using a heavier band or increasing the stretch on the current band. For tennis players looking to continuously improve, this adaptability is key. As you get stronger, you can increase the resistance by switching to thicker bands, adding more volume, or incorporating more challenging variations of each exercise. This helps keep your muscles challenged, ensuring you're consistently making progress. Forearm and grip strength are often overlooked, but are absolutely critical for tennis players. A firm grip on your racket gives you better control, allowing you to hit with more precision and power. Plus, strong forearms help you maintain racket control even during long rallies or when you're playing at high intensity.